decided to start recording myself again to review my own videos because I find it very helpful. I've been very, very sick, so I've had a virus, and yeah, I don't think I've ever had fevers that high than I have with this one. It's called RSV. Yeah, I had 38.7 fevers. I was just looking at the Nikkei. Yesterday was a little sell-off, and then it had a bounce into the close here. A half an hour of buying. I sort of think it's maybe some profit taking from bears right into the close. Now imagine if I was short all day, which I wasn't. I scalped in and out. I even scalped long, just before the break, which was here, during these bars. That was right here. I scalped long. I saw what I thought was a double bottom. Another attempt to go lower, a bottom, and a boulevard, and I bought it, and I got some profit. So I wasn't short all day, but I imagine if you were someone who was short all day, coming to the end of the day, trading day, you'd think maybe I should take some profit, at least partial profit, and maybe leave the rest on for tomorrow. I don't know. But majority of the day was a sell-off. So it's just probing the extremes of this tight bear channel here. I think it went far below it, and now it's going far above it. Oops. Sometimes I find it really difficult to draw channels. I can see it, but okay. Maybe like that. So, testing the extremes of the channel. Anyway, let's see what the day has in store. It's the opening bar of the Asia session, so probably not going to learn too much about the character of the market. I mean, I could. It could be a... It can always be a bar one that sets up maybe a bull trend or a bear trend from the open, and it turns into a bear trend day or a bull trend day. So it can define the character of the day. I don't think that happens very often though. That bar one becomes the high or the low of the day. I think it's pretty rare. Okay, so bar one is complete. It's a bear bar with a big tail on top. I think it's a pretty big bar. Yeah, it is. It's really big. It's like 570 points. Yep. It was close to filling the gap from yesterday, which is up here. I mean, not that close, but it looked like that's what it wanted to do, maybe. And then a lot of sellers stepped in at the upper extreme of this channel. A lot of sellers came in. New low now. See if buyers show up there again. Oh wait, is it? Yeah, it is new low. Could we get some buyers here in a big rally? Get a big rally going up to the close of yesterday. Something like that. And buyers coming in maybe from the below the low of yesterday. Maybe not. I'll just quickly have a look at the news for today. So Tuesday. There's some French bank holiday today. Okay. There's CPI tonight in the America. That's about it. Okay. CPI. It's pretty important. There's some pretty weird stuff happening lately with Trump tweets and whatever. Like here on Friday. It's this shit. When he said he's going back to war with Iran, which everybody already knew that, but for some reason the market reacted violently. It's just. Then I think yesterday he said something there. Just so stupid. Okay, well, things are starting to become a bit more clear here. The market's going down more. New lows for the week. Yeah. But I think I'll wait. Yep. It's a weekly bar. It's going down. I think I'll wait to see if some bear trap gets activated here. Maybe I get a long position. Could be right now. Whoa, fuck, the risk is huge. With my size even. Insane. I should probably Maybe I should have reduced my size and bought the, I don't know. That doesn't look like a very good buy signal bar actually on the 5 minute chart. Imagine if it goes up, I'd probably come back and test it at some point. Just thinking about buying this bar. Bit sad I didn't now. Already would have had a 1-to-1. It's okay. I'm sure there'll be more chances. So the 15 minute bar that looked very bearish in the final 5 minutes has just flipped completely. Now looking like it wants to break out of this bear channel. Really strong statement from the bulls. It's a huge bar, this one. Wow. Looks like the bulls are fighting to maybe try to close the 15 minute bar right on its high tick. But they're getting some resistance. Ah, how interesting. An expanding triangle. New high, new low. I think the market may be always in long. Maybe. Could be wrong, but looks that way to me. So it's about 45 seconds to go until this bar closes. Again, it looks like the bulls are really fighting to close it up here on its high tick to encourage more buyers to buy it. Not uncommon at all. Yeah. I think this bar here is a bit suspicious though. The bar 2 on the 5 minute chart. It's not a great buy signal bar because it's a bear doji. The market can go really far above a bad buy signal bar. But I think the overall probability is decent that this bar gets tested at some point during the day. But it could go up now for a while, for the next few bars. Yeah. So a 15-minute bar that's looks like a reversal bar, pull bar. Even on the 10-minute chart, the first bar doesn't look like a great bar to buy above. So maybe there won't be that many buys above here until it comes down again. Tests the bad buy signal bar and then maybe finds more traction. I don't know. I'm just going to pause my microphone. In the past, I would have seen this kind of price action and been really tempted to buy the market right now. I still am a little bit, but I've learned I've learned to trust my read of this particular situation, that this is a bad buy signal, and that if it goes above it by 2, that it probably won't go very far before it pulls back. So I'm able to kind of restrain my FOMO because I've seen it many times. Yeah. And, just wait for a bit more information. But in the past, I would have been tempted to buy the close of this bar and then been trapped. It still happens to me occasionally, but when I feel like I'm missing out, but I've started to become a bit more, what do you call it, trusting of my own analysis. Try to be as objective as possible. Maybe it comes back to test the close of bar 2. I'm wondering if it were to find buyers there at that point. If it then means that anybody who sold the close of bar 1, bar 2 is getting out, buying back their shorts, and the bears disappear for the next few bars, and the market just goes up a little bit more. Be interesting to see. I did see something similar unfolding yesterday at the lows here. Can't remember where it was, but saw something similar. And I was trying to get long, but it wasn't working too well, and I got stopped out break even twice. Okay, now the follow through of this breakout bar is a huge bear bar. It's crazy, isn't it? Sucked in. Buyers up here, trapped. Sucked in. Very much sucked in. See how it reacts at this line that I drew, if it's important at all. point is just going lower. Nothing much happening there. Would have thought if what I had said, I would have thought it would be quite an immediate bounce from there. Well, let's see. Because the bears might have felt like they got trapped there and new high was made. If they sold a closer par too, so maybe they get out break even right now. A possible bounce. Possible. Well, big risk. It's a pretty big risk. They're really big moves at the moment. You have to reduce my size a little bit because it's the moves are so big. Sort of thinking about buying it. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Just a little bit hesitant here. I think because the range is so big of these bars. And they're still all overlapping, so it's trading range. Just not quite ready to do anything. I'm just always wondering if the reverse here, I should be doing the reverse, because it's a bear breakout now. Pull back. I don't know. I just thought maybe I should wait to see something consecutive from the bulls before I press buy. Yeah. If this is so bullish, why is everyone selling this bar? I think I'm going to sell. Just realized that my microphone was muted the whole time. Okay, well, getting some consecutive bear bars now. Which in my mind represents some consistent selling pressure, but I'm not sure if I can hope for a bear breakout here. I'm sort of confused why people are selling the close of this good-looking bull bar, but they are selling it, so I thought I'd sell it as well. confusing open. Quite a confusing open, actually. Yeah, it's a bad trade. And stopped out. I mean, I did say that bears got trapped here at this line, and possibly they'll be getting out break even after a new hire was made, but something seems wrong with the bulls to me. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I'm gonna try another cell. It's not an easy morning to navigate for me. A bear close on the 5 minute, not a convincing one though. Possible to get another test of the lows of the day. Set my profit target there maybe. If it does go down further. Everything is telling me to close this position and get some profit for the day and balance out my earlier loss. My mind doesn't want to stay in this trade anymore. Just want to kind of neutralize the pain of an early loss. I'm just wanting to see if it's possible to get a new low. Dang it. Now it's reversing back up. Just hoping for a quick drop to the low of the day. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out here. Oh, that's fucking annoying, isn't it? Yep. Just gonna step away from the computer for a bit. Yep, there goes my stop. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. You serious? Hits my stop and then goes low. I'll be sad. So the first hour is doji. Yeah. Wondering if I should be a buyer now for a strong close into the hour from the bulls. Since shorts failed twice for me, maybe I'm just wrong. It's a really difficult morning for me to navigate. Probably should have taken some profit on that trade. Oh well. I think I am going to buy the market here. Hope for a strong close into the hourly, into the 60-minute bar. The last 10 minutes of this 60-minute bar, a lot of times the bulls come in really strong. Essentially bought above this bar here, which is a decent looking bull bar, but it's in a trading range, so the context is not really good. It's consecutive bull bars on the 2-minute chart, hoping that means that there's some significant and consistent buying pressure, and that a breakout is likely to the upside. Yeah, the context is not great for my trade, is it? I'm buying at the top of the trading range. Could cost me another loss. Could a gap fill be on the cards? To the close of yesterday, maybe. Maybe it goes even higher. I don't know. It's really tough this morning. But my idea to short did fail twice. So my thinking is I gotta stop doing that. Can it break out here? Having flashbacks to the earlier short where I should have taken profit. Should I take profit now? The 60-minute chart is closing in 4 minutes. I think I'll close at the gap fill. Come on. Yep. Something's happening to my chart. I'm just going to close here. Something's happening to my chart where I think it's lagging. My position is closed, by the way. I think my chart is lagging though, as you can see, because the sum that I'm up on my ticket over here, the amount that I'm up on my ticket here, on my other screen, did not match what was here. So, I don't know. I was up more on the ticket than I was here, so I think my chart is lagging. I just decided to close because I was hoping for a gap fill. Even though I know that majority of the time a gap fill is not exactly where the market stops. It usually goes high. I'm not going to mute my mic, sorry. It's just funny how in trading your decisions can mean being up a lot for the day or just being barely up for the day. So my first trade was a loss of 303 and my second trade was a break even, which was $600 in profit, and my third trade was a profit of 670, which could have been now a profit of 880. So had I taken profit on the second trade where I was short here and this one, I'd have been up so much, but as it stands I'm sort of up 1%. So yeah, it's just been a tough one to navigate for me actually. What can you do? Yeah. I probably should have taken at least half profit on my short here, because it was giving me a 2 to 1 almost. See what happens with this breakout bar here, if it gets follow through or if it reverses back into the range. Yeah. As it stands, though, I am doing okay for the week. Um, my account balance is always 30,000 at the start of the week. It's currently up to about 31.3. Yep, it's a decent return for this week. So the first hour does close a big bull bar, and it's high. The bulls do come in really strong into the close. Now looking like it wants to go higher more. When my recording was muted, I saw this bar here and I thought, this is a really bad buy signal, bar 2. I'll probably come back and test it. I expected some buyers to show up there, but I wasn't confident enough to take an entry. And then I flipped to short, tried to short twice, and wrong-footed myself a little bit. Because I didn't think this was great buying pressure, these consecutive bear buys here. Thought it's going to go a bit lower. Looks like it's always in long right now. Three consecutive bull bars. It's really the first consecutive thing from the bulls all day. There was 2 consecutive bear bars at the open and 2 bear bars here where I was short. And this is the first consistent buying pressure from the bulls. First sign of it. And they're making new highs. And higher lows as well. Yeah. Yeah. Wonder if there's some kind of pullback here. Maybe. And then something that closes above the prior high. Then another reason to go long again. Although, like this here on the 2-minute chart, this looks good to go long right now. Because it's a spike and a channel. That's just channeling up like this. I think I'll wait a little bit. Just be a bit patient. It's interesting how the last 15-minute bar closed. Big whopper. Biggest bar on the chart. So, closing above everything. Above the high of the day. But I do find that sometimes with these kind of climactic bars, sometimes it's the prelude to a bull trap when the market does something really climactic. It just ticks above the prior bar high and then starts reversing down. I just see, because look at this bar here. Just like bar 2 on the 5-minute chart, a bad buy signal bar. The market went above it and it didn't go very far, which is why I didn't buy bar 3. And on the 15-minute chart, that does not look like a good buy signal bar to buy above. So maybe it comes back down to here, tests the range of that bar, and then goes higher. I don't know. Well, the bull bar follow through of the breakout bar. This is the breakout bar, and it gets a bull bar follow through. That's sure to attract more buyers, I think, for now. Not me, though. Not right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go have a little break, like a 10-minute break. I'll stop the recording. Okay, I'm back. Got myself some water. Spike channel. Spike and channel. Oops. Yeah. Could have come down here and test this bad buy signal bar. Yeah, sure it could. Can do anything. Yeah. And it can do things that I would never have even considered. Like, it could just reverse down and make a new low and make a measured move down. Yeah. I thought I put an alarm on this line here. I thought that if the market starts trading above this level, starts closing above here, it'll probably go up to this high again. I think that would be a bullish sign. Above these bars here, above these closes. It's pretty far away from that. Like 800, 900 points away from that. Spike and channel. Now, small breakout to the downside. The first bar that's trading below prior bar low since this rally started. See if buyers just step in there immediately and just close the bull bar here with 2 minutes remaining. Thinking it might come down a bit more. Like into the range of that bad buy signal bar on the 15-minute chart. Like into this range here. This is not a great buy signal bar because it's a bear bar and it's an inside bar of the prior bar as well. So if it goes above, you think, wow, big bull bar closing on its high, but yeah, it's probably more than likely to come and test that level. Just like it did on bar 2 on the 5-minute chart. This bar here, it went above, didn't go far. Came back to test that range again. Twice. But you have to say there's a small edge for the bulls here because they're the ones that are making new highs and they're the ones getting the breakouts, not the bears. The bears aren't really able to close anything below prior bar low except this bar where I was short. And that immediately got bought. So, I don't know. Small edge to the bulls, maybe. Wish I had the balls to short this. Strong bear close. Strong bear close on the 5-minute. See what the bulls do about that. If they try to trap bears into a bad short here. Mm. Yep, yep. A lot of bulls stepping in. Trying to step in. Because they know if they want to prove this bull trend, they need to be buying prior bar lows. And anything that looks bearish, they need to be buying it. Papa Shark, do 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 do. Yep, 15-minute bar bearish, and they bought it. So the bulls are very active, it seems. Hmm. exit of my lawn was right here at the close of yesterday. Um, at 7260. It's about there. High one long, above a bear bar though. Another bad buy signal. There. Could go far. Just keep saying bad buy signal in my video. But it is. A bear bar is a bad buy signal, but it's buy above. It is. I think the overall probability is high that it doesn't go very far above that bar, but it sometimes can happen that it goes really far above a bad buy signal bar. Yeah, it can happen on like news and stuff. Sometimes on news the market doesn't care if it's a bad buy signal bar, it just goes stung. Yeah. When it's really bullish, it doesn't really care about bad or good buy signal. It just goes. Could this actually go a little bit lower now? Even lower than this low here. Down into the range of the bad buy signal bar on the 15-minute chart. Sort of like 50% range of that bar. Something like there. 6813. 6813. 50% of the bad buy signal bar. Suppose it could. Yeah. I'm just a little bit reluctant to short because the short hasn't worked for me twice. So the only thing that made me money, well, The short here did make me money. It made me about $600, but I didn't take profit. I'm just a little bit reluctant to try shorts because, yeah, didn't make money. It's kind of hard to make money as a bear at the moment. More easier to make money as a bull. It's trading around the close of yesterday. Building maybe a support level here, a trading range to go higher. Yesterday's close seems to be a strong magnet at the moment. Goes above, it comes below, goes above, it comes below, goes above, comes below. So yesterday's close seems to be a fair price. So if it goes above this bear bar, that would be another long signal. But another bear bar. Like, nothing seems to be that good. Maybe I'm just overthinking it and I should just be buying. Yeah. I do have a line here at this level. Not sure why I drew that. Oh yeah, that's right. I thought it would be very bullish if it comes back up here. It's just not really a target, it's just more, I think it's bullish if it starts trading above this line again. Yeah. New high again now. Yeah. I think the bears are giving up now. Because they're seeing what's happening. It's just not happening for them. They're just not making any money at the moment. They're trying to disappear for a few bars, at least. They'll probably stop selling for the next few bars. spike, and a channel. Okay. Something like that, maybe. Some fucking weird price action here. Oh my god. It's going higher above bad buy signal bars, both on the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart. And this bad buy signal bar here on the 15-minute chart still has not been tested. It looks like it wants to go higher, then it comes back. So the inside bar is proving to be a problem, I think, for the bulls. This bar here, it is proving to be some kind of problem. Like, it's just not accelerating hard up. So maybe they just need to test this bar to see if more buyers step in down here and then go higher, because nothing seems to be getting good follow through like this bar. Got bad follow through at bear bar. This bar, people are pressing sell on the close of it. Why? I don't know. Very confusing. I don't know what to make of it. But I think I'm right to be cautious here. Because as much as I would love to just FOMO here and just go, oh, it's going up, buy. As much as I would love to do that, I've sort of learned to trust my read of what happens with these bad buy signals and inside bars. Even if I miss out on something, most of the time I'm right in that if it goes above a bad buy signal bar, it probably doesn't go very far before it pulls back. So, I don't know. Still having a bit of fevers, actually. Just thinking if I was to sell here for some kind of pullback, how my risk would look. Some kind of a failed breakout trade. So, trading below the breakout bar now, so possible failed breakout. Could get a measured move down of that bar. Right into the range of that, what I marked on the chart. Yeah. Everything just looks suboptimal for the bulls. Everything. Should have sold. Maybe. Yeah, a measured move down of this failed breakout bar would be right in the test range of the bad buy signal bar on the 15-minute chart, right there. A measured move down of that failed breakout bar. Be right there. But can the bears get there? That's the question. That is the question. So another bear close, consecutive bear close if it closes like this on the 5 minute and 40 seconds. If it closes a bull bar and the market starts trading above it, that would be a high too long. But it's at a better price than the high one long, which makes it even more trappy. Seem like a trap, which makes things even more fucking confusing. Oh, sick. What a weird day, man. High too long now. So even that looks fucking terrible for the bears, for the bulls. Maybe the machine's recognizing that that is a bad buy signal right there and selling it immediately. Interesting. Probably the bears want their measured move now. I mean, if the bulls allow the bears to get a measured move down, I'm not sure how good that is for them. If we were to come down to 50% range of the bad buy signal bar on the 15-minute chart, that would be twice the measured move down for the bears of the failed breakout bar. I'm just really unsure what to do now. So confusing now. I think overall the bulls still have a small edge because they're the ones getting the breakout above, right? Even though things look bad for them, like the buy signals are terrible and the bear bars are closing on their lows, and that's not exactly the thing that you see in a strong bull trend, but they're the ones that are getting the breakouts above, not the bears. So it might be a situation where you just have to look for a long. Yeah. And just kind of forget about your sort of paralysis by analysis. Just be long. An outside up bar now on the 5-minute chart. I think I'm going to buy here. risking my profit for the day. Hoping for a new high now at the high too long level. Despite the fact that it's not great buy signal. It's already stalling. Trying to reverse down again. It's a very slow grind if it is going higher. It's a very slow grind from the bulls if it is actually going higher. Not very strong at all. A little bit tentative about this position. Very slow grind. Fucking shit. So coming into the last 10 minutes of this second 60 minute bar. And right now it's looking like a bull doji. Wondering or more or less hoping that bulls step up into the close again just like they did on the first 60-minute bar. An attempt to close something bullish. Since they're the ones that seem to have the most initiative this morning. But like I was saying before, there was many signs to show that they're not that strong. Couple of bull bars on the 5-minute now. Being sold. Yeah, I don't think this is working now. Yeah, I think I need to react here and not let it hit my stop loss. Yep. shit morning. Okay, I'm gonna sell the market here. Now coming back into that range, towards the range of that bad buy signal bar I was talking about all morning, which is where buyers could show up, couldn't they? I just take what little profit I have here and see how the second hour closes. So I've kind of neutralized that loss on the long that I just had. See how the second hour closes and what happens in the last 30 minutes of the morning session. See, like, the whole time I'm telling myself I need to trust my read that that 15-minute bar here, the zone that I marked, is likely to get tested. Despite how bullish it looks and whatever, that is a bad buy signal bar. And if it goes above it, it's probably not going to go very far before it pulls back into that range. And I still tried to buy long at a bad high too long setup. The reason it's bad is because it comes at a better price than the high one long right there. And it's probably a trap. I still did it though. Bit frustrating. Bit frustrated with myself. But I think on the whole, it's a very confusing morning, so I'm sure there are professional traders out there who are struggling with this as well. I don't think I'm the only trader who's struggling with this market. What does give me some comfort though is that I still managed to extract some profit out of it. See how my morning's going. So about 1%. tough to navigate mornings like this, where the market seems to be moving higher, 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 but everything for the bulls looks bad. Everything looks bad. You get a high one long there, above a bear bar, and instead of people buying it, it gets a bear bar follow through there. Goes higher, then lower, then you get a high two long above this bull doji. And instead of people buying it like crazy, it gets a bear bar follow through. It gets a bear bar there, closing on its low. Just everything looks shit for the bears, for the bulls. But for the bears, like, they're not even fucking making new lows, so everything looks shit for the bears too. Nothing looks good for them either. Yeah, I think it's just classic trading range behavior, so by definition confusing, and I'm not too upset with myself in that I only managed to make 1% so far. So there's still half an hour to go until the break, until the midday break for the Japanese at the Tokyo Exchange. It'll be interesting to see what that does. If you get some buyers showing up here in this zone here when the bad buy signal bar gets tested and it ends up shooting up from here. I think I'm going to delete this zone now because it's been tested and just try to watch the price action from here. But I'm going to step away from the computer for a sec. Back. Got myself a lolly. Manuka honey. A Manuka honey lolly. It helps with my throat. Propolis and Manuka honey candies. With Manuka honey MGO 550 plus, I don't know what that means. Lemon and honey flavor. Just helps with the dry throat. Yeah. I was on the up, improving after my cold, or flu, whatever. And today is just a little bit worse for some reason, I don't know why. Nose is a bit more blocked. Well, could this be the point where buyers step in and put a strong effort in close above the high of the day for this 30-minute bar? Suppose it could. In the overall grand scheme of things, this bear channel from the overnight appears to have been broken. Maybe it needs to test the high of that channel line. I don't know. But certainly I think the bulls this morning were showing a little bit more initiative in that they were breaking highs multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Which I suppose, okay, so 1, 2, 3, which makes a wedge top reversal pattern. So there's just multiple things going on here that are bad for both sides. So it's a very confusing open. And it might just be a trading range day, I suppose. It could be a trading range day. But I do believe that if it starts closing above this level again, above this level here, that it's going to go higher for the week. I'm going to get rid of that channel line. So it filled the gap to yesterday's close and found some selling there. Wonder how the retracement is going from the push higher. It's not quite a 50% retracement here. If it doesn't allow a 50% retracement, I think that's strong for the bulls maybe. I think that shows strength from the bulls if they don't allow a 50% retracement here. Yeah. Wondering whether to be a buyer again at some point now for a strong finish for the morning session from the bulls. After the test of the range of the bad buy signal bar. So still happen to think that they're a little bit stronger, the bulls. Just a little bit. But it's close. It's definitely close enough that I could be completely wrong. It sells off, new low, and everything. Turns into a disaster for them. Well, the measured move has been reached for the bears who sold below the failed breakout here. And they're on 1 potentially for a 2-to-1 if the market gets down to there. 6820, something like that. 66820. Another strong bear close here on the 5-minute, closing on its low quickly. Maybe it is going to make a 50% retracement. I think that would signal weakness from the bulls. Yep, that is weakness from the bulls. There it is. Because they have not managed to trap the bears now. They're allowing them to get out break even if they sold anything down here on the open and then sold more higher. They can get out break even, net break even on all of their positions. That's why a 50% retracement is bad for the bulls. Because the bears are no longer trapped, so it's very unlikely that there's going to be very, very strong surges up as bears close shorts. And the market makes a measured move up of the range, of the opening range. That seems very unlikely right now. Even if it does go up a little bit now. So, if they didn't allow this 50% pullback, bears would eventually have to realize that they're wrong, and the market could get a measured move up as they start liquidating their short positions. They become buyers in the market, and the market starts surging up. But I think when you get a 50% pullback, that's far less likely now. So the bears, it's now 66, 8, 8-1, 8-1-2, 8-1-5, 8-10. So the bears are getting twice their measured move if they sold a failed breakout bar up here. That's really bad for bulls if the bears start hitting targets. Really bad for them. It's turning into a bit of a catastrophe for bears here. For bulls, I mean. I keep getting the two mixed up. Absolute catastrophe now. Look at this. Just keeps falling. Terrible. A terrible chart. Ayah. Ayah. I think now it's basically back at the open. Yeah, it is actually. That's bar one there. That's where it opened. So the market's literally now done nothing all day. It's just back at the open. How is that not confusing? Of course it's fucking confusing. I didn't have the confidence to short more. I guess I was just thinking this bar here that went above and then closed below that bar, that could have, and closed right on its low, could have been a short scalp. In other words, this bar here on the 5-minute chart likely to get a little bit of follow through, but I was not confident enough to short it in something that I thought could be an area where bulls show up again. It could be just a test of the bad buy signal bar here, and then it goes higher. Yeah. So now 15 minutes until the session goes on break. I wonder if there's going to be some huge urgency to do something now. Maybe even from the bears or bulls, I don't know, but could be a huge urgency in this bar. It could be a huge bar either way. As traders either take profit or buy, I don't know, try to get their orders filled before the break, the midday break. I'm still getting to know the Nikkei. I noticed that yesterday in the close of the just before the close of the day, where I marked the close, see the urgency of this bar. So I think really strong profit taking here on in the last 30 minutes of the day. Strong profit taking from the bears, and it got a really big bounce. That is tradable on the 5-minute chart and on the 2-minute chart especially, right there. You can scalp there for sure. So yeah, I'm still getting to know the market. Here we go. Maybe it rallies now into the close of the morning session. $15 minutes to go. And then after that, the market goes on break for an hour. And sometimes things happen there, I've noticed. A little bit of a sell-off or rally or something. But I think the majority of the time, nothing really happens. And it just goes sideways for a while, for an hour. I did see one day where it rallied for that hour. And then after the break, it gave everything back. It reversed the entire rally. I think that day was last week some point. I think it might have been Friday, Thursday. Do 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 do. Just pause my microphone here. giving up everything at this point. The entire rally here that I actually managed to capture a little bit of is being reversed at this point. Entire rally. So the bulls are just not that keen apparently to buy new highs. So it's not a bull trend day. I didn't think this was likely, but it looks as though it does want to come and test this channel. Just goes to show the market can do anything that you don't even expect. Gold is seemingly has rallied a little bit. I think it was negative on the day as well at some point. Yeah, look, wow, big rally in gold. That's nice for the bulls. That's pretty nice. Yeah, this is what you want to see if you get a breakout above. You want to see people buying above things, not taking profit and selling immediately. But yeah, that's just not what I was seeing here. So I thought it looked bad for bulls. And it was bad for them. They just didn't have the conviction to trap the bears here and really put the pressure on them, make new highs, big bull buyers closing on their high, and then force them to liquidate their shorts, which makes them buyers in the market, and the market keeps surging more up. So they weren't doing that. They allowed them a 50% pullback, and now they're getting very, very confident, the bears. They're growing in confidence, and they just keep selling more at new lows. They just keep selling now. So when the bulls just don't have the conviction, and they just don't have enough conviction to trap the bears, they just end up wrecking themselves. So it's their own fault, really. It's their own stupid fault. It's your own stupid fault, bulls. You're just weak, weak. You don't need a pullback, you're just weak. Alright, so it's about 6 minutes now until the break, so I don't really want to be taking any entries right now. Either way. So I'll probably just watch until the end, have an hour break, and then I'll come back and trade the afternoon session as well. Maybe I'll record that too, but I think a bit stuffed up my recording this morning because I was had my headset on and I was talking, but the setting on my computer was the sound to be going through my speakers, not my headset. So I keep making mistakes with that. Wish there was a way to make it that as soon as I turn my headset on, it starts coming through my headset. There probably is a way to do that on the computer. Well, if it does rally again after testing the channel line here, the breakout point, I'm sure there'll be ample opportunities later on in the day to get long again. And if things decide to take a tumble, I'm sure there'll be opportunities to short again. But the morning session, like, I guess I'm a little bit disappointed with myself because I failed to take any profit on this short. That was like $600 in profit. That was a mistake. But yeah, right now there's nothing to buy here. It's just bear bars, attempted reversal up, and that failed and it closed the bear bar on its low. Bear bar, bear bar, bear bar. 4 consecutive bear bars. Nothing to buy. Just sell. Yeah, the bears, I think they smell blood. I know the bulls are they're just dicking around, not doing anything. So the bears are just gonna punish them here. The bulls just too weak to get anything going early on. No conviction. And they get wrecked. It's their own stupid fault. Yep. Well, I think I'm gonna close the video now and a so-so session, but can't complain too much every time you're up, so just try to do the best you can.